I'm going to try to explain 3 different things that I've learned that are things that you don't know right away when producing music videos. And it took me like 10 or so videos to basically kind of figure this stuff out on my own. So one of the basic things is that I'm always doing cutting clips. I'm never doing fade. And there's a reason for that. It's because you want to cram as much good material in as short of time as possible. And the fade basically delays the brain's ability to understand what the shot is supposed to show and communicate to the brain. So it destroys some of your time value of your overall music video. So watch this example here.
White lord, guess that's how a nobody upgrades to a star. Pink cup, slow sip, now they're watching every drop. Rumors in the air every time I hit.
Even similar clips, I'm doing an immediate cut, sometimes further down the clip, to take the best snippet from that overall clip. So for example, this clip here.
Every time I hit the spot.
It takes much longer to fit that in, so I cut the 2 most important parts out, put them right by each other. Now, for fade though, there is a time when it's actually helpful to the brain to fade it, and that's when sometimes you have clips like this that are similar to each other. Direct cuts like this, it's just best to cut straight from one to the next, in my opinion. This is just from me repeatedly watching my videos very carefully and sort of scrutinizing every few seconds and how I feel when watching it. So here's an example of a clip I saw that is like the same clip, but it's quite a bit different because she's totally over on the other side for this clip. And so what I'll do with this clip here, I wouldn't have to do this necessarily. It looks pretty good still the way it is. But to make it even better, I will do a fade here, and I can either fade out this clip or fade in this one, and I sometimes will try both and see how it looks. For this one, I ended up doing a fade in. And what you can do is just do a very quick fade in. Watch this at 2 seconds. I decided was probably best for this. Watch it now.
It's to a star. Pink cup, slow sip, now they're it's to a star. Pink cup, slow.
It's just slightly easier on the brain to kind of figure out what kind of happened. And this is without that fade.
Pink cup, slow sip.
You see that? You're trying to communicate a message every time. You know, every little cut is a new message. It's like sometimes you want like the fullness of that message, and sometimes you want fades. I could do fades here between these clips, for example. It'd probably look a little bit better. Yeah, so that's the whole fade thing. Okay, the next little tip I want to talk about is adjusting clips so that different clips that were perhaps they had a particular lighting, like naturalistic lighting or cinematic, in your AI prompt for the video generation. Once you've put them all in the video, to look over your video, it's not that important to do, but it can be helpful to adjust the colors. I actually fiddled with adjusting all the colors as a default at the end of the entire video, like increasing saturation or contrast a little bit. Grok actually recommended that for me, but I did it a lot, and I never really saw a good like sharpness, for example. It said that professionals do it. I never saw a benefit to it. However, I do definitely see a benefit to this, and watch this. Basically, I'll show you this little clip series, and you'll be able to tell that this clip here and this clip, they do not match at all. Definitely this clip.
I became the hottest girl in school. Someone filmed it on their lunch, posted up with some dumb tag. By the final bell at 3, every hallway had.
So definitely I see this one and this one. You just want to play under adjust here with the colors. If I increase temp and exposure, you just want them to flow together well as far as lighting, unless you're trying to have an effect.
Someone filmed it on their lunch, posted up. Someone filmed it on their lunch.
Yeah, I do like that better. When you do these though, do not over adjust. Whatever you do, do not over adjust.
Someone filmed it on their lunch.
So I'll just add 3 right there. So normally it does not take that long. I just go through, and anything that looks really off, just tweak it a little bit. How do you compare short snippets of your music videos? So watch this clip. So what you see here is I have a clip below this, right? And this is where I had originally this here. So what I'm trying to say is you can create multiple versions of your song throughout it by having multiple tracks. So basically, instead of deleting this bottom part, I know that this is a good snippet I can use somewhere else of sort of brand new content, you know, video footage that's not duplicated anywhere. And yet I have up above it what I really want in that spot, and I can easily delete this upper section and rewatch the bottom again and figure out, you know, what is exactly best there. So you can see I've done that here kind of throughout the song. I've got snippets here. This bottom track is actually just a filler track of media clips I haven't used anywhere else, you know, bits and pieces of everything. In the beginning I kind of had some trouble, so I ended up doing kind of multiple layers here. So that's just how you can compare and contrast. Like if you have 5 or 6 seconds that you're not sure if it should go there, you can just layer clips above it and try it both ways and see which way feels more appealing to you. So you have to be very in tune with sort of the pleasure and the thoughts that you're getting from a song, and if it flows well when you're comparing the two. Other times I'll have a big section like this one, like I had in the beginning of the song, and I actually will copy the whole thing. Like you can copy your whole video and create a second file, but it's actually easier just to copy the section that you want to rearrange before rearranging it all and just pasting it on some new tracks. Of course, you can just hit undo a million times, but if you're rearranging a lot because you just can't get it right, you could have like 30 undos to go through, and it can be kind of difficult to realize exactly when the marker was when you started working on this. Adjust the clip speed for dancing so that it will line up with your music. So watch this clip.
It was magic all along, all along. Camera didn't make me pretty.
So
All along.
you see there how it's already timed, so I don't have to speed it up necessarily.
All along. Camera didn't make me pretty.
But you see here how she does like a half finger and arm wave. Watch this when you just drag this out so that it completes. Because you want to complete a thought, but you don't want to dwell on it too long. And this actually, you know, now that I'm looking at it, like you could even, if you wanted to, let's just adjust it up 10%. That looks okay. Let's try 20%. Yeah, that looks closer to the actual beat. You could do that, you know, if you wanted to, but it's not like I'm trying to ramp people up into a higher speed or a stronger beat, a stronger, I mean, it kind of winds down here, actually, the song does, so I'm not trying to wind people up. So I typically actually slow it intentionally so that it kind of winds people down. As we get into here, and then this part here,
Just show the world what.
no, watch this clip, I got one more thing to say.
It just showed the world what was already there. I was just
Okay, so what's good about this is that this is a slow clip.
ready there.
That could belong here, no problem, right? But this clip here does not belong.
It just showed the world what was already.
It does okay, but pay attention very well to the actual sound, not just what the lyrics are saying. And in fact, for the lyrics, when they say something like, she takes a sip out of the straw, you don't have to have her actually doing that. You can have dance moves, you can have something totally kind of somewhat related or unrelated. You could have a hair flip, you could have friends talking, etc. So, but you need pretty much all the time, you want to have the feeling of the clip, the energy and the tempo of the clip matching the song lyrics. So like for this one, I think what I ended up doing is I just swapped these around here. And now watch it.
It just turned the volume on. It just showed the world what was already there.
So it kind of matched the lyrics better, and also was kind of in between here.
It just showed the world
where this clip's mostly a quieter theme, and this clip is a higher energy theme. So it works better that way. So I swap those around. So pay attention to the sounds that are being made. And if you have a particular sound, you look down here, see all this high energy sound right here. Sometimes you can even have a whole clip for that whole section and match it up to these beats by doing that.